Good day. I am Natalie Gray Warren. I am your transformational coach and speaker. I am the founder and leader of the Whole Woman Experience, and I am also a licensed professional counselor. And in all that I do, I support women be who they were created to be, where they can get the clarity, the confidence, and the courage to be the woman they were created to be. What an exciting passion and calling and ministry and fulfillment that I get from doing what I love and was born to do, and helping other women to see that in themselves. And so if this is your first time visiting or hearing a video from me, this is the Talking About Life's Kept Secrets, our summer edition, where we are going through different topics that were mentioned in my ebook, The Experiences of a Whole Woman, a look inside her life. And the book is really about experiences that you and I as a woman have and how we work through those experiences, and that they don't disqualify us from being a whole woman. That at the core of who you are good, you are whole, you are complete. And that makes you a whole woman. It's not about what you are doing or what you haven't done, but it really is about who you are and your being. You are a whole woman. And I want to get that message out to as many women as possible, because I don't remember ever getting that message. I don't know if you did as a younger girl or not, but I didn't. And for so long I struggled with feeling insecure and feeling like I wasn't enough, that something was wrong with me as a result of some things that happened in my life. And I learned and discovered, first and foremost, who I was created to be by God. And then I was able to see who I was and what I had to give and offer. And so I love to share that with as many women as possible that will hear this message, all the livers that are going to hear this, and I am waiting for some more to join us, as well as those that will hear this in the replay. So if you've been watching the series, I'm in a different background today. I am actually visiting family. I enjoy being able to get away, as you should as well, and seeing family and just hanging out and being in a place that's of comfort and security, because this is where I know. And so I'm visiting family, enjoying that, but I could not get away from doing a talk this week because I absolutely love it and missed actually everyone that has been able to be a part of this experience with me. So what's today's topic? Let's jump right on in. The topic that I wrote down was what to do when your enemy is inner me. What do you do with that? And how do you identify your inner critic and what it's trying to tell you? So in the book, I talk about limitations and what's limiting you and what's stopping you. And what I found through my own experiences, as well as the experiences of the women that I have been honored and privileged to work with, is that we have this inner critic, this inner chatter, this inner noise that's in our heads. And at times it doesn't say much, but then there are other times when it does. And so I believe we're all on a journey. And that journey is either you have the inner critic and you don't know about it, you know about the inner critic, but you don't know what to do with it, or you're at a point where you know what the inner critic is and you have learned how to manage it. You can actually use this for your advantage, and I want to talk a little bit about it. So there are believed to be seven critics. And let's back up. Let me tell you more about the personality, then we'll jump into the critics. So there are four parts that are believed to be a part of your personality. And so the first part, if we were to break it down into four sections, would be your public self. Okay, so you might want to start writing notes because I have teacher mode on me today. But you will have your public self, and that is the part of you that you want people to know about you or that many people know about you. And so you'll be able to identify quickly parts of your public self, right? Those are your hobbies, your interests, your qualities, your skills, the things you enjoy doing that are a part of what you want people to know or people know about you. Then you have your private self. Your private self is that part of you that you don't want many people to know about, or very few people know about you. And so you may see me doing this video and think that I am a very outgoing person, and I can be, but my private self is very introverted, and I enjoy my time with myself. And even as a child, I would want to go away, but then I would want to be ready to come home. And so I've just always been that way. That's a part of who I am, and I embrace that. Then you have your inner child. Okay? Your inner child is that part of you that's very childlike, very kid-like, that also houses a lot of your deepest fears. And so a part of my inner child is I enjoy like coloring, watching TV, just playing games, dancing. Those are parts of my inner child. And then you have the inner critic, and that's the part that we're focusing on. I backtracked because I want to give you some background. So your inner critic is the part of you that judges you, that calls you names, that puts you down. And it's the part that really affects your self-esteem and your self-worth. And that's a big part of what I do with the Whole Woman Experience. It's about helping women know their self-worth and their value and their security. And so we're going back to the inner critic. There's 7 inner critics that are believed to be there, and I want to break down 3 of them really quickly in our time together. I do want to come back to the other ones, and I want you to also join us in the Whole Woman Tribe, where we'll continue this conversation and discussion and give you some more tools to help you through it. All right? So here we go. But I have my notes in my hand because I want to make sure I give you some things that are important and I don't miss them. Thank you for everyone that's joining the live. I appreciate you. And then again, all that have listened to the replay. So, and also share this. I have to say that I often forget that piece, but share this with another woman. Listen, this is vital information that will transform their lives just in knowing it. I believe that transformation does start with information, but it does require action. And that's the part I want to invite you to do later. So I have 3 of them that I want to discuss today. The first one is the underminer. The underminer. Okay, this is a part of one of the believed to be critics. The underminer really affects our self-esteem and our self-confidence, okay, because it kind of undermines everything that we want to do and everything that we think about. So imagine you wanting to step out, right, and do something that you want to do, and something comes and undermines that. And it really doesn't want you to take risks. Like, you heard the poem that talks about your playing small doesn't serve the world. It really doesn't, because you have so many things within you that other people are waiting on. You are an answer to someone's prayer, but the critic that's called the underminer will come in and undermine what you have, your value, what you can give, what you have as a gift to give to others, to this world. And so it's really there to help you to play it small. And it wants you to be afraid because it really doesn't want you to be hurt. It's really trying to protect you. And I don't think we know that. At least I didn't know that when I was introduced to this concept, that there's inner critic that's trying to protect me. It kind of sounds counterproductive, right? But if you know what it's trying to do, you can do something about it. And it really wants you to not be judged. And oftentimes as humans, we don't want to be judged. We have a fear of being judged. We won't step out because we're concerned about what other people will say. And that bothers us. So let's talk about the next one. So I've given you the underminer. Here's the guilt tripper. The guilt tripper will come along and it really will make you feel guilty about things. And it keeps you stuck in the past. It keeps you stuck in the past. So you can't get beyond what happened. You can't get beyond what mistakes you made in the past. You can't get beyond what you think you don't have in order to step out and do what you want to do. And so as long as it keeps you in the past, it really keeps you from doing what I oftentimes share with ladies a lot is forgiveness. And the biggest piece, forgiveness, is about others, but it's also about you forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is the key to unlock the guilt tripper. But the guilt tripper doesn't let us get past the guilt to be able to embrace forgiveness. And it's really trying to protect us from making past mistakes. So it has a function, but we don't often know that. So we get stuck in that part of the guilt. And then the third one, and the final one that I want to discuss with us today, is the conformist. The conformist. And the conformist's job is to keep you held in society's views, family's expectations, what's taught by our culture, to keep you small and not stepping out. And what I've learned about the conformist, even in my own experience, is it really is there because it really wants you to be liked and admired. And as humans, we have a need to belong. We have a need to want to be loved. And so the conformist's job is to keep you in place where you'll be liked and admired. And it's really kind of protecting you from being abandoned, shamed, or rejected. And I can speak personally about that one more recently. I didn't even realize that the conformist was showing up. And I wanted to step out and really be my authentic self and share about my values and my beliefs, even in the Whole Woman Experience. And I didn't want to openly talk about different things because I didn't want to exclude people and I didn't want people to judge. But what I realized, and this is the truth, what I realized was that the people that were drawn, the women, just like yourself, that were drawn to me and what I have and the gifts and the skills and the value that I bring, they wanted the part of me that I wanted to hold back. Isn't that amazing? that I didn't even realize that I was walking in this conformist as well. And I realized that when I said, wait a minute, this is what they want, and I'm holding back what they're coming for. The authentic Natalie, the person that I was created to be. And they will want that because that's what they're drawn to. There's something in them that they see. And I can't hold back that part of me because it is a part of me. And it's also a part of what they want and what they need. And I want you to think about that for your own life. I want you to think about, I've given you 3 examples. I've given you the underminer. I've given you the guilt tripper. And I've given you the conformist. And I want you to think about the inner chatter in your head and what you are telling yourself and which one of them maybe you can identify with. Because that's what I love to do. I love to assist women find the inner limitations that are getting in the way of them being who they were created to be and doing what they were created to do. And so for you, it looks like identification first is the step, and realizing that this is what's happening, and then making some changes, taking action to make changes. And so for one of the things that I often teach, and I'll tell you because you can implement this in your life today, is I say, as those messages are coming, as that chatter is getting louder in my head, I say, thank you, but I'm learning something new. Thank you, but I'm learning something new. And what that does for me is it acknowledges what I'm hearing, right? Because sometimes it feels really real. But it also puts it in perspective. Thank you, Shamika, for joining. It puts it in perspective about what I want to do and how I'm learning something new and I'm doing something different. And so your inner critic could be talking to you, and I would love to support you through that, right? Because sometimes we just don't know. But when we know something, we're able to do something different so that we can be the woman we were created to be. I would invite you to go to the website if you've never been there to see what awakentopower.com is all about. And it's awaken to the number 2 power.com to find out what services we offer, because I would love for you to see that. There are free resources on there. There is information about how you can be the woman you were created to be. You can also join the tribe. There are women that gather on a daily basis. We support each other, encourage each other. I give information that inspires and motivates them. And so I would love for you to also be a part of that. I'd ask that you share this video if you're listening, and share the notes with another woman, because we all can help each other and all be who we were created to be. I thank you for your time. We'll be here next Wednesday at 12:30 at the Whole Woman Experience page, where we are getting clarity, confidence, and courage to be the woman we were created to be. If you have questions or comments, or this spoke directly to you, post it in the comment section so I can make sure that I'm bringing relevant content that helps you to transform your life from the inside out. Have a great